how to connect to the famous Gen Z audience. What are the driving factors? And what have you learned in your journey about connection?
I think for one thing, their attention span is very short, but not in a bad way. I think they just grew up in a generation where everything was very fast. So within a short period of time, they make a decision as to whether they like something or not. So even the person who was taking a selfie just already had made a decision that, what he's saying, I can probably watch it later. But right now I need this selfie to post because I wouldn't...
It's a moment in time.
Exactly. I wouldn't get this moment again to post on my...
Shouldn't be offended.
You should... That's half. You should be offended, but
I'm learning.
That is them, yeah.
But now that you said, I feel a bit better about it.
Yeah.
I should keep my name.
Oh no, she's going to watch it later. Yeah, she'll watch it later. Because that selfie, she can't get it again. She's graduating now. She can't take that picture again.
He's a whoa, turn around. Turning point, yeah. He's a turn around.
Hello and welcome to Springboard, your virtual university. My name is Albert Ocran. Welcoming you to Ghana's foremost developmental program and that place where the greatest minds in the world converge. Springboard is brought to you by the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with NTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program, a collaboration between Mastercard Foundation and Springboard. Our media partners making this happen: Joy FM, Joy News TV, the Springboard channel on YouTube, and the Graphic Communications Group. Today, I'm feeling in the Gen Z mood. So we want to look at the digital revolution and redefine connection, influence. I have two people in the studio that you should know if you are in this part of the world. I'm joined by Sayram Afi Tsegah.
My full government name.
Ghana card name. Sayram Afi Tsegah, and then Zuutg.
Yes.
Everybody calls them Afi and Zoo. Welcome to Springboard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a
Honestly.
blessing for me.
Oh wow, it's a blessing for us.
Shy.
What's the meaning of Sayram?
Sayram, God has blessed me.
Do you feel that way?
Very, very, very much. Sitting in this chair is a testimony already.
Wow.
I'm very blessed.
Wow. And then what's the meaning of Tsegah?
Tsegah, I don't know, but I think it's loosely translates to big family, I think.
Big family.
Yeah.
A blessed person in a big family.
Exactly.
Wow. And Afi means Friday born.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I've broken down the
You've broken
etymology
down
of your
too
name.
much.
Let me tell you the whole story.
Now they only have my whole life story.
So Zoo,
Yes.
when you go around and you mention your name, what do people ask you?
They asked me where is Zoo from, which I can answer. So Zoo is short for Zuutg, which means man of wisdom. As
Wow.
I'm sure.
Man of
Well, I
wisdom.
hope that by the end of this conversation you'll be like,
It's really
Small
true.
video.
yeah. So I mean, over the years, people just shorten it to Zoo and it's stuck. So
Stuck.
that's what people call me. Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Zoofika.
Zuutg, yes.
Wow. And then the Bidema.
Bidema is that's my surname, my family name. Yes.
The famous Bidema in Ghana is K.
Yes,
Yes, the politician.
yes.
All Bidemas are related, I believe.
I believe so. But I think my relation to him is quite distant.
Quite distant,
It's
okay.
like somebody's uncle, some.
I interviewed a Bidema a couple of years ago. Professor
Okay.
Bidema, retired from the UN.
Oh wow.
Big,
Yeah,
big,
I
big.
don't know.
You don't know. I'm
I'll-
sure your
I'll-
dad will
I'll-
know
I'll-
that.
Yeah, I'll come and tell you.
Right. So a man of wisdom.
Yes.
Do you know the meaning of Bidema? You should find it.
I need to know. Yes.
You know what I love about ever names?
Yeah. They always have a meaning.
They always have a
Yeah,
meaning. And
100%.
I think I'm a person of intentionality. So I love it when people understand what they are called
Yes.
and pay attention to it.
Very important.
So let's start with how this whole StayByPlan, that's your podcast.
Mhm.
How did it come into being? How did the collaboration happen? Did you know each other from school or something?
You're in the spirit.
Exactly that.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Tell me my age.
let me put on my collar.
Tell me my future.
let me put on my collar. I'm in a good place. Tell me, how did you meet?
Yeah, so we met in university, but I think we kind of knew each other before by distance because we had common friends. So when we entered university, we kind of built a relationship and became friends there. So we were in University of Ghana together from level 100 all the way to 400, different courses, but same hostel.
What do you do?
I did economics and statistics.
Close.
Yeah.
Economics, sociology.
Oh, wow, nice.
Wow. I
Very
did
cool.
psychology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did philosophy for my third.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
And in Legon too.
Oh, wow, nice.
Small world.
Yeah. So in the same hostel, we used to see each other. Just, oh, hi, Zoo, hi, Afi.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, common friends. And then, fun fact, your room was like next to mine.
Next to her room.
in level 100.
And what were you reading?
Psychology.
Psychology,
yeah.
okay.
So, I mean, the hostel it's a mixed hostel, so our rooms were next to each other. So we used to bump into each other, say hi, had mutual friends. So we're not close, but when we see each other, we'll chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Fast forward.
to
After graduation.
20. When did we start the podcast?
Why do you want to mention? Okay. I thought I come say when we graduated. You want to
No.
confuse the enemy. They should know how old we are. Confuse the enemy.
2021.
Yeah.
That's when we started the podcast. Yes. So, for me, it was something I'd always wanted to do. Maybe from 2019 when I first had the idea, but I never took those steps. And then finally, 2021, I'm like, okay, let me do it. I want to do it with a woman, and she was the first person that came to mind. So I reached out to her. And we
Why?
had it.
Why?
Because I mean, like I said, I've known at that point I'd known her for almost 10 years at
Yeah.
least, and I knew that she would be comfortable on camera. She knows how to express herself. She knows this grace me when I'm not there. I have to choose wisely here. So fortunately, I think I've chosen well. So now we're a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast forward, and you won the podcast of the year
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
Back to back.
Twice.
back to
Yes.
back
Yeah.
by Paul's Ghana.
Yes.
How did it feel? Did it feel like it's been coming?
It felt like a great validation of the hard work we've been putting in. Because for that, it's not just about like the judges, it's about people actively voting for you. So it's like the community, the podcasting community, or the people who love to listen to podcasts actually feel like we deserve the best podcast of the year. So I found it very validating.
Let me take a step back to when I left Lagos. Nobody had thought about podcasting.
Yeah.
And subsequently, later in life, when I began studying about trends of work, I began to study what did not exist 10 years ago that is big today.
Mm.
And I one day did a list of the top 10 paying or top 10 trending or hottest jobs. And all of them did not exist 10 years before.
Mm.
And I recall going to Legon to speak at the graduation Great Hall as a main speaker. And the World Economic Forum had then released fresh their World of Work report. And apart from the attributes people must have to be on top of their field going forward, it also released the 10 hottest jobs. And I was sharing that data with the students that were graduating, and I could see the vice chancellor and the key stakeholders writing down notes as I spoke. And I looked in the audience and somebody was taking a selfie, and I was so upset. I was saying, Charlie, you know what's happening?
I'm dropping gems, so you are there to keep picture.
Tell me, what are the rules of connection today? Because the issues at the time, the jobs that were making money, that were trending, were not jobs that. So I was making the point that what you are studying in school today may be great, but it may not have any bearing directly on the job that you may be doing. So you need a certain kind of orientation. But some of them didn't mind me.
Yeah.
Tell me, what have you found out in your journey about how to connect to the famous Gen Z audience? What are the driving factors, and what have you learned in your journey about connection and influence?
I think for one thing, their attention span is very short, but not in a bad way. I think they just grew up in a generation where everything was very fast. So within a short period of time, they make a decision as to whether they like something or not. So even the person who was taking a selfie just already had made a decision that, what he's saying, I can probably like watch it later.
Okay.
But right now I need this selfie to post because I wouldn't.
It's a moment in time.
Exactly. I wouldn't get this moment again to post on
I
my.
shouldn't be offended, you see.
You that's half. You should be offended, but like
I'm learning.
that is them, yeah.
But now that you said it, I feel a bit better about it. I was
Yeah.
thinking like she didn't mind me.
Oh no, she's going to watch it later.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll watch it later. Because that selfie, she can't get it again. She's graduating now. She can't take that picture again.
Wow.
So that's how they are. They are very in the now, and within a very short period of time, they want to have some sort of gratification. So it's both positive and negative. But then for us, what we have learned is the fact that in order to have their attention, you need to keep the kind of content you are doing very engaging, very fun, and you need to be telling them something that they don't know or they can't easily find on the internet. Yeah.
These are three big, and it should be engaging, it should be fun, and it should be kind of rare. It should be something that is
that they can
generic or organic, they can find anywhere.
Exactly.
So,
Even if it's
giving me an idea about two things I should have in mind.
Yeah.
That in the first few minutes of any form of engagement targeting Gen Zs, you must hit it then or you lose them.
Exactly.
And secondly, overall, your content must be engaging, must be fun, and it must be something they can say this is unique, authentic in some way.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you find that people are Zoo, do you find that people are trying to get young people to think the way they think instead of trying to connect to them in their home base?
Every day, every time. I think even we sometimes have that issue because nowadays, I mean, we've been doing this for a while, almost 5 years. What we were doing 5 years ago, the people we're speaking to 5 years ago, times have changed. Like, times are changing every day. And so what I have noticed is that older people or people from different generations try to communicate in the way that they understand. I remember one time I did a marketing course, and one of the first or second lesson, they said the mistake that people tend to make in marketing is they market as if they're marketing to themselves. But you have to remember that you are not the one, you're
not your target market.
You're not your target market because already you understand the product. So you always have to think about who am I talking to? How am I reaching out to them? What works for them on a normal day? And then try and adapt, face that mode, then you can get your message across.
You know the good news? Listening to you today are CEOs who are asking this question. Listening to you today are young people who are trying to go into podcasting and asking, can we become as big as Zoo and Afi? Listening to you are people who are asking, what is wrong with my Gen Z? And the Gen Z is saying, why don't they understand me? So I'm going to take advantage of your experience, your exposure, your awards, and your connection base to understand a bit more. So, for instance, a company producing products for young people, especially young people, trendy young people, will it make sense, Afi, not to have a young person on the board or at the place where the decision is being made?
Not at all. That's mistake number one.
Okay.
Not at all. Like Zoo said, you would probably start marketing it in a very old-fashioned way. And the thing about the Gen Zs is the way to communicate to them is also kind of risky. So you need to be careful because even online, when you see the kind of ads that are doing well, they are very quirky, very random. You're just like, this doesn't even make logical sense. Like, why is this trending? But because it's unique, that's why it's trending. So you definitely need a younger person there to help you.
I think you produce a creative.
Yeah.
Then it will do it well.
Yeah.
All right. Then something that you randomly record and you put it there. And it's running to hundreds. You're like, why do you like this one randomly?
This is literally me. So we're having this conversation just this week. Yeah. So we were promoting a marathon that we are running this week. And the video we did was us dancing to a new song. And as we were editing the video, me and Zoo were laughing. They're like, this is ridiculous. Like, why are we going to post this ridiculous thing? And within a span of 2 days, it's already reached 17,000 views. And now we're just like, if we had sat in front of the camera and said, guys, we're running a marathon, come through. They will not mind us, but they want to see us fully.
Yeah. Okay, so content creators who want to hit it big, what should they do differently?
You need to study the trends. You need to really study the trends and be consistent.
Where do you go to study it? How do you understand
Study it on the platform.
Are the roots of it?
So do you want to add?
I feel like, I agree, definitely study the trends, but I feel like people create trends.
Real.
So if you follow the trends too much, you'll be left behind. You'll be lost in the sea because now there's a trend, so everybody's following the trend. Okay. But you need to be one of the first to start that trend.
Oh, so that's a third point.
Yes.
I'm counting though, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Counting.
Yeah.
So you must be one of the first to start.
Yeah.
First mover. First mover, exactly. First mover. It's the same. It's also very important in content because something that can, let's say the three of us will do a dance today and then it hits.
Should we try it?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Are you good at dancing?
Yeah, I'm better than Zoo, so yeah.
Oh,
not bad. Not bad.
He does his best. He does his best. It's part of the job.
Yeah, but she's senior.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
I'm trying. But it's not the best, but she's doing better.
Yeah.
I've had some dancers in the studio. They were crazy.
They
are like dancing peppers.
Yeah. They can really dance.
Yeah, they're good.
So you're saying that even with staying abreast with trends,
yes,
try and be the first movers. If not, you also get caught in there.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Did you, in your days in school, ever think what you are doing now could be this big?
Wow.
Good question.
Yes. But I think the speed with which it has become big is kind of surprising. I did think that what we were doing was going to be big, but it caught on pretty quick. Yeah.
So you surprise yourselves.
Yeah, I think I surprised myself. I don't know about Zuzu. Is very intentional, man of wisdom. He knew that if I do this podcast with this interesting girl within a span of 2 years, we should have blown. I know that Zuzu was probably thinking in that direction, so maybe not for him.
Yeah, I mean, while we were in school, podcasts were a thing, but they were not big. And at the time, video podcasts were not really a thing as well. It was because of COVID that people really started to go into video podcasts. So even when I had the initial idea, I wasn't even thinking about video. Even when we started, we were not doing video, just audio.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely from the beginning, I had big dreams. We have not reached where I want to reach. So
Yeah.
Where do you want to reach?
I remember I said this like maybe after our second recording. I want to be sitting in Accra and somebody will call me that. Can you come to New York to talk at something? They'll pay for everything, they'll cover everything.
Yeah.
That's where I want to reach.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, so soon.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. It's just the kind of show I'd love to do any day.
Yeah.
Because what you're talking about is so much within reach. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
With the base you've created. What I'm trying to help everybody listening, watching to understand. And by the way, if you just join us, this is Afi and Zuutg, my latest friends.
Yes.
I'm trying to baptize myself into how they think so that I can connect better with young people. I've done this all my life, but I'm also real enough to understand that I've had to reinvent myself over and over and over to stay in this game. And
Yeah.
Charlie, it's not easy.
Crazy.
The more you reinvent, the more you think there's still much more
Exactly.
that you need to learn.
Yeah.
And you're saying that it wasn't something that you thought will be this big, but even now you're nowhere near what you would like. Let me give you something that will get you quite excited. In 2016, we had done Springboard Worship for 10 years and told ourselves that we had reached in person 200,000 people in road shows. We would travel 45 days a year in the first quarter. It would be non-stop, January 2nd week to March 1st week. Going to every regional capital, meeting young people in thousands. And cumulatively, we had grown our in-person database to 200,000. And then we had a conversation at then, it was Fiesta Royal Hotel then, debating how do we upscale it to 1 million people. So if you ask me that time, what would you like to see? Like I'm asking you, we said we'd like to see 1 million people touched by what we are doing. In our minds, 1 million meant meeting 1 million people in person. This was 2016, just after the 2016 first quarter roadshow.
Yeah.
And while the discussion was going on, a friend of mine, Kofi, he was then CEO of Rankard, says, Charlie, guys, there are technologies coming out that will literally take your target and scale it up instantaneously. And you'll be surprised that this million will sound almost obsolete.
Yeah.
By the next year, we had crossed it.
Wow.
Within 1 year.
Wow.
I mean, just one episode of a program we had in Cape Coast had over 600,000 views.
Wow.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's 1 million right there. You didn't need them in person, but you engaged them. Some won awards on everything that happens in a real show happened online. So really, this is your New York. Let me add Australia. Let me add Mexico. Let me add. Charlie, you're a man of wisdom, and you're a blessed person. So, what percentage of your lives, Afi and Zuutg, does this take?
Oh, that's a good
Do you do
question.
this full time?
I don't do this full time. I have a 9 to 5 as well. But I think it takes like a good 30% of my life. Yeah, 30%.
Wow, that feels very powerful.
Yeah, I want it to take more, to be honest. Like Zuutg is saying, like where we are trying to go.
What percentage of your life does it take? Let me strike that bridge.
Just more.
60 to 70.
Do you do this full time?
Not full time, but I do other things. But at this point, I'm trying to like focus more on this because I feel
When
like
you wake up, it's the first thing you think about.
yes, one of the first things. Yes.
Tell me about the people that you connect with. How do they make you feel? I know the big numbers, but beyond the numbers, the people, when you meet them one-on-one, when they write to you, when they post, what do they say and how does it make you feel?
I think for me, that's the best part of it. Like, I mean, like you said, you see the views, this number of people have watched this, but it's just a number. But when you meet people face to face or someone sends you a message or an email, it's like, it touches you in a different way.
Give me an example, something that really made you cry.
So, I didn't cry, but I almost cried.
Did I cry?
I think you might have cried.
I think I cried.
But yeah, there was someone who we met in person actually, and then when she went home, she sent us a message that she was really glad to meet us. She had been going through a difficult time where, how do I say, she wanted to give up, let's say, but like our show held her through the difficult times. It's like a very long message. Actually, my head was even hitting me. I was like, I can't believe that something that just started as an idea has gotten to the point where people are looking at us, watching us, listening to our conversations, and using us to like just ease their tension, ease their stress, and learn from us as well. It was very powerful for me.
What did that do to you personally?
I think it gave me a greater sense of responsibility because Zoo says, like, I don't know, like I cry a lot about the podcast. I'm like, Zoo, this is so difficult. Like, can we really do this? But whenever we get messages like that, I feel a sense of responsibility because, as Zoo is saying, this is someone who was at the brink of saying that, like, I'm done with this earth. And the person is holding on because of our episodes. That's crazy in a positive way, right? So it just gives me like a greater sense of purpose and responsibility that, yeah, we need to keep doing this.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So when people write to you and they ask you for direction, they ask you for clarity about things that you yourself, you say, I need help. You say it gives you a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
When you hit the road walking through town, do you feel that your life is not your own anymore?
It's not.
It's not.
It's really not.
Tell me about that.
Sometimes I just want to like wear something rash and just like go and buy cocoa by the side of the road. And so I'm like, isn't that Afi from StayByPlan?
I know, right?
Like, please. I think so. My life is no longer mine. And a lot of people feel like they know you, like the whole totality of you and your personality because of the show. And that's not true. But it comes with the territory. So you just have to chest it. So I've been chesting it. In the beginning, I wasn't chesting it as well. And Zoo sat me down and was like, this is the life you chose. You need to chest it. And now I've been like, just accepting it.
Say, okay, I'm happy to see you.
You see me in my tone shorts, but okay, let's go. Yeah.
Wow. So do you handle this better?
Definitely.
I would say so.
Definitely.
Yes. But it's also not easy for me. I'm like I remember one time I went to a supermarket to buy some. I was cooking and I just had to pop out, buy some quick spices and go back. Oh, now someone just staring at me from across the aisle. I said, "Oh my God, not again!" And the person left, then caught me at the till. Talking. I said, "Oh, Charlie, not today. I'm looking like it." Then she said, "Can we take a picture?"
I beg
you. The picture there, I beg you. Don't like this. So it's like sometimes when you're going out, even if you're just going here,
you have to
like think twice.
Never be caught unfresh.
Yeah, exactly. Never be caught unfresh.
That's my new quote.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because Charlie, they'll catch you.
You never know. Yeah. So that is cool. It's cool. Yeah.
So you find that you somehow have to live your life
regardless
for your fans.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the person who says, "Oh, I would give everything to have the life that you have." You sometimes say you wish you knew.
Sure, let's swap. Let's swap.
If only you knew. You see, it looks nicer from the outside. So I mean, there are times where maybe when we're younger, we'll see different celebrities and be like, "Well, I want to be like this. I wish people are working out, people taking pictures of me." It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. But yeah, we have not even reached like that kind of level set, but we're
already talking.
Yeah. So imagine some of these people, but it's at the end of the day, it's also a blessing, and like we said earlier, it's a validation of the hard work. So we don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
When I come back from this break, we're going to break this down and ask, what are the career opportunities in this? What are the critical success factors in this? What is the price you have to pay if you want to be able to create content that people watch for hours on end in a very fleeting generation that is always on the move?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that so that the person watching says, okay, it's nice, but let me also fasten my seatbelt. If I want it, it doesn't come cheap.
Yeah.
This is Springboard, your venture investing. My guest, Afi and Zoo. I love the blend, Afi and Zoo. Somehow you come from the same part of the world.
Yeah.
I feel very cheated. Should I relocate?
No, it's okay.
I also exercise the same skill in dominancy.
Oh, yes.
Afi and Zoo ran the podcast StayByPlan, and they are telling me the genesis of it, the exodus of it. When we come back, we'll do the Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
I love it.
And understand how the blend of wisdom and blessing, man of wisdom, woman of blessing, will create the same thing for you. When you are choosing the partner for the podcast, please come and see Zoo. He will show you the criteria to choose so that you live long. If not, you start and you will even go past the first edition. So this is Springboard Adventure University, brought to you by Springboard Leadership Foundation in partnership with MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program. When we come back, let's take it further and see how you can begin step by step from where you are to create a totally new career for yourself. Please don't go away.
Still, Misaka, and Nemum was a summer brabo, and it can afford swab.
Misaka pensions, Carol.
Misaka order sika.
Misaka insurance. No.
Misaka loan.
Momo Fogusuri ye echumaden, diaboye nina ye sika hubai. Se MTN, ana momo jumaye ni befrewa, or the 0244 300,000 ene befrew. Nenumpo orin bitsaw one-time password, ana se upin code, enti wonso, yewa femu je, na ma weni na ho, na wonsa enka momo.
No stress. Submit your insurance claim online in just seconds on the Claims Express portal. Simply upload your national ID, cost estimates, pictures, and more to get started. Submit online, track progress, and get paid fast. Skip the paperwork and get back on the road with ease. Visit claimexpress.enterprisegroup.net.gh for easy claims and quick payouts with absolutely no stress.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Welcome back to Springboard Adventure University and to this incredible conversation about what are we talking about? What's it?
A lot.
It's
So much.
about connection, about influence, about Gen Zs, and
Yeah.
about redefining how we see, scope, and connect with them. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, so this is brought to you by the Springboard Roadshow Foundation, our partners MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program. Let me remind you about a few things I would like you to keep on your radar. And the first one is the Enterprise Advantage tip. That is what is an enterprise travel insurance policy? And they say simply that travel insurance in partnership with Maudi, a globally reputed insurer, provides comprehensive cover when you go to the New York.
Exactly.
Easy. It covers medical expenses, loss or delay of luggage. I hope it's not the luggage that has your very precious things in it. Flight cancellations, accidental death, repatriation of mortal remains, and 247 emergency assistance worldwide while you travel outside Ghana. So find out more by calling the Enterprise Group on 030-263-4777. Email info@myenterprisegroup.io. Enterprise, your advantage. If you're a young person thinking about agriculture, agribusiness, ATVET, just call or WhatsApp 030-8255-7752 to find out more from the Ghana Growth Call Center. Just ask them what's up. They'll tell you about career clinics, road shows, psychosocial support, everything lined up to make your life easier. Note that number and then reach out. Also to mention, we have this very nice thing where we just pick one made in Ghana business and give them randomly and give them props. And
Oh, wow.
People buy plenty from them. And
That's nice.
So today we are talking about Bamimo Enterprise for quality African black soup, the famous Alata Semina, produced at scale for local and international markets. Bamimo Enterprise, the number to call 057-017-4166. Please buy from them so that you can get money plenty in Ghana. Afi and
Yes.
Zoo, my
Yes,
guests
yes,
for today.
yes.
During the break, I was envious because I was watching my son Oreku enjoying himself on StayByPlan, talking plenty English as usual. Charlie, the guy can talk.
He's good, he's good.
Oreku is a troublesome guy. Charlie, look at Oreku. Talking plenty and getting excited. What was he saying?
Oh, he was talking about his journey in sports. He wanted to play football, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So now he's a sport journalist. Yeah.
But he's an incredible guy.
Very incredible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Very
His
incredible.
story proves that career paths, they transition.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one at least, and find out what's new, what's trending, especially the podcast and content creation business. But let me restart on the note of understanding the audience. Many people, I sat in an interview with somebody looking for a job in our organization. Our organization is big on young people. And when you go to make a pitch, no matter who was involved in the preparation, young people are heavily involved. But whenever we are presenting to any sponsor, any international agency, the pitch is made by a young person. And we sit down. The directors sit down and a young person presents. It's scary, look.
Very scary, I can imagine.
We always and we always win. Because if you are designing for young people, it must be made by a young person, talking young person's language, and it always works for us. That's how we do it. But somebody came for a job here. Why do you want to work here? He says, "Got young people, they're not serious. They're not." I said, by the way, the program you're looking for a job on was designed by young people.
Yeah.
That was a very sobering moment for that person.
Yeah.
Do you think generally that we don't understand young people in big assumptions in dealing with them?
I think yes and no. I feel it's two ways. We also don't necessarily understand the older generation, and then the older generation also wants us to understand them. So I think it's kind of like a defense mechanism. Like, why do you want me to understand you if you don't want to understand me as well? So
What do they want us to understand?
that's for them or for us. Like, we think that life is not that deep. Like, why are you so serious? Like, that's how we see adults. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
why are you so serious? Like, that is okay. Not me. Let me remove myself. The Gen Zs. Yeah, they just
So
think
they
that
don't see you
like,
as part of them.
just like in the middle,
Borderline.
on a borderline. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just feel like, yeah, like, why are you so uptight? It's like, it's not that deep. Like, you have just one life. Just enjoy your life. Do what you
Where
can.
did they learn that from?
I don't know. Where did they learn that from?
So life is very serious, or
It's very, very serious. I feel like, you see, once you get older and you start having some certain responsibilities, you understand that, maybe I thought that it's
Life
not that
is
serious,
serious,
but
but
it's
it's
very
serious.
serious. Yeah, it's very, very serious. I mean, it's just, I feel like if you're a parent or an older person and the younger person around you feels like, oh, it's not that deep, they're comfortable. And maybe it's credits to you.
Yeah,
so just
true.
take it as, it means I've made my child comfortable. But don't make them too comfortable. Because one day they'll see that it's serious and it's over them. So they have to see
Real.
early,
Yeah.
so let's talk about content creation,
Yeah.
podcast creation. It's so huge. And I know people will talk about it for the wrong reasons, but it's become a career. It's become the reason people are engaging influencers. Let's talk about how big it has become and the critical success factors. Let me start with you, Zu.
Yeah, so I mean, recently I actually did a pitch and I remember some stats from my pitch. So I remember that this 2025, the countrywide revenue from music, radio, and podcasts is over $26 million just in Ghana.
In Ghana.
So as you can see, there's a huge, there's a lot of money being created from this sector. So I remember when we started, it was still very new, and even now it's still very new in Ghana. It's a new space. In Nigeria, it's taken off around the world. The West is a huge thing, but in Ghana, we are still building it up. But when we started, people were like, this podcast, but like, what are you doing? Like, so how will you make money? Like, we have so many questions. So how will you make money? But there's money in the business, 100%. We are hoping and looking to make money.
Make more money.
Where is the gold?
Where's the gold?
Yes. Where is it?
Okay, so the first currency has to be like your fan base, because if you're able to get the attention of someone for a long period of time, that means you can sell something to them. So that's the first thing. And then you make money from the platforms that you post on. And then back to what I said about your currency being the people who listen. Now, brands will be willing to collaborate with you, because if their target market is your listener base, you know how to communicate their brand to your listener base. That also becomes revenue for you. So basically, these two things.
So let me take 3 steps back, as I always will do. So for the person who's excited about seeing Afi and Zuutg and saying, Charlie, that is my future.
Yeah.
Even declaring it in church. When they start this journey, they must find something that they are telling the world that catches the world's attention.
Exactly.
And they must be able to tell it in a sustained way over a period of time to become experts in that area. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
Very, very.
And then after you said it for a while, you have a number of followers and you leverage that following to connect to brands and people. How big is this influencer market?
Very big.
Huge.
Ooh.
Huge. Like some of the amounts that people are making in this Accra,
For one video.
it's crazy. It's
Why?
crazy.
But
Because
pardon me, why?
Yeah, because so let's think of it like a billboard. Let's say they are like billboards. So now there's certain billboards in Accra. All the billboards are different prices depending on where your billboard is. If your billboard is at the back of Wager somewhere where nobody lives,
Just leave Wager will not be
where nobody lives, the back that side,
the back part.
Yes.
Yes, leave Wager. You say it's not to Wager himself.
The back.
Other part here.
That side, not your side. Versus maybe one that's like down Kwa Circle. There's this screen.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been there for years.
Exactly.
It's huge.
So if you're paying for that one versus that one at the back there, it's going to be different. So some people have been able to position themselves where they have so many eyeballs. They can even just come on and say hi and leave, and they have 50,000 views. People are willing to pay money to access those views, and that community and that engagement.
Normally, for an influencer, which industry must they be in to be able to get those kinds of eyeballs that would drive marketing?
It can be anything.
I mean,
Because there are even doctors
Yeah.
who are influencers.
Really?
Yeah, doctors who are.
And how what do they leverage?
So they come and talk about
information, yeah.
medical stuff.
What's
share
the
some
name of?
information.
There's some Nigerian guy who does it. I forgot. Apropos doctor.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Wow.
He just comes online and he says like he's actually giving medical advice,
Yeah.
but it's like very funny. But he's giving the advice and he has so many views. So he'll get like brands to collaborate with him. You get hospitals to and vitamins and stuff like that because he's a doctor. He knows that if he's endorsing, we know that if he's endorsing something, it's good.
Let's talk about when it doesn't work.
Hmm.
Have you seen, without mentioning names, have you seen something that you're like, oh, this could be it, and then it goes horribly wrong?
Yeah.
And if so, what causes it? Is it posting one wrong content that creates a furore? What can possibly go wrong on a journey like this?
Wow.
You understand my question?
Yeah, I think you should take it.
It can be anything. It can be anything. So I think for us, something that's worked for us is consistency. Consistency is what builds a strong, loyal network of people. So one, if you're not consistent, it can fail.
Explain consistency. Is it in content? Is it in timing? Is it in what?
Everything.
So if let's say you have committed to post every week, once a week.
So when do you post normally?
We will do Thursdays.
What time?
By 6:30 a.m.
AM.
Why?
We want to catch the people
going to work,
going to work.
to school, yeah. Because
So it's based on research.
Yeah.
yes,
So
exactly.
ideally, a bit of research, asking questions helps.
Yes,
Yes.
You know why I'm asking this?
Definitely.
Because you can't stand up and you see somebody doing something. You say, Zuutg was posted at Thursday. Maybe yours is sports. Yours is something else that will work better on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So you need to ask questions.
Exactly.
So you went for Thursday 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah.
So you're saying if Thursday 6 a.m. the thing doesn't come up once, twice, thrice, they won't take you seriously.
People will be like, these people are not serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's consistency in the time. What about content?
Yeah, and the quality of content too, yes. So if today your video is amazing and then tomorrow it's like you use a calculator to film it, people will be like, what's going on with these people? Like, this. Even if they like you, just naturally, there's kind of like some pushback. Like,
And after some time, they won't like you again.
exactly, yeah.
What about the subject matter itself? Is it allowed to be randomly swinging from left to right, or there must be consistency there too?
I think consistency there too, yeah. But that one you may have a bit more flexibility, So for example, if you look at the video with Oreku that you're watching, we're talking about football, and because it was relevant at the time to talk about Black Stars, because that was the day of the first match of our World Cup campaign that we failed in. So yes, and then the other times when we talk about health.
So hold on for that one. So that one, for instance, you wore sporting outfits.
Yes.
You sounded sporty on the so it's not like how you see it. No, the way you dress, the way you position.
Yeah.
Do you do sometimes elderly guests,
Yes.
like some honeymoon or something? Those like the veterans.
Yeah. Some of our best episodes are actually from like us talking to other people.
And so when that happens, what do you do? You change the way you sit, talk, walk, everything.
Oh no.
Not really. We rather brought them to our level. Yes.
So did they dress like you?
No.
But they talk like you.
But they spoke like us. We asked him questions directly, like about why does this make. So if you're talking about finances, what's his name, Dr. Dako? Yeah, he was talking about like financial literacy and then saving and then those different things. So we're just more of like asking him questions like how you ask like your cool uncle, like okay, but I don't want to work, so most of us don't want to do this. So why are you saying this? And then he broke it down for us, and it was very interesting. People loved that episode. People really loved that episode.
Are the best. What what are the characteristics of the best episodes? Are they funny?
Funny.
Yes.
And Ghanaians love controversy. Hey,
Oh, okay.
Ghanaians love it too much.
Funny, controversial, small.
But we don't really like
Don't go
subscribe
out
to
there.
that, yeah. But people love it. We see that people love it. Because when it happens by accident, oh my God, they will watch and be excited.
Really?
Ghanaians love controversy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a bit of fun, a bit of controversy, and what else?
And then I think also a bit of education.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, even though I've come to laugh, I want to leave feeling like I've learned something.
Yeah.
I think people also really like that. But you don't have to
Education,
put it in their
fun,
face like that.
controversy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just like light, you slide education inside.
Yeah.
Because people tend to watch when they want to like just relax. And so if you come, they need it. Okay, yeah, today we are come to learn about. No. They'll tune off.
Yeah.
But if in the conversation you put it in there, and by the end they've learned how to. They've learned how to.
How to save.
How to save. Yes.
Yeah.
So how much money they should save. They'll love it.
Yeah.
One of the big conversations that families have, and for somebody who is in family, I think it's in my home you're not allowed to use your device at the dining table.
Mm.
My wife is the enforcer. Comfort is the family enforcer. Even including myself, we laugh at her every time.
Yeah.
We put our phones down because mommy will strike. So when we gather in any form at any venue, everybody knows that at the dining table phones are not allowed. So we can at least talk to each other.
Yeah.
There's this feeling that in using our devices we disconnect from each other. Is it imagined or real?
It's very real.
It's real.
Very real.
It's real.
Yeah.
So how do you find the balance?
Exactly. I think you have to find a balance because you can also still connect with the phones. But then when you are physically around each other, I think what you've implemented in your home is amazing. We are physically around each other while we sending videos to each other when we're on the same table. Yeah.
But they say it's fun. Oh. They say it's fun.
No.
In the same room, right next to each other.
No. I think you have to find a balance. When you are actively in the same space as people, enjoy the moments, interact with them. And then when you're away from each other, you should be able to find ways to still stay connected using.
Stop.
Yeah.
How do we build a bridge between generations? Because each generation is ultimately connected to the other. The person that says, I don't believe what you're saying, is still expecting you to fund.
Yeah.
They're not yet financially independent.
Yeah.
One day, my last born son said, don't try and guess my age. I'll be very not too long ago, I must say.
Yeah.
He said, thank God I'm finally 18. And I said, why? He says, I can make my own decisions. And I said, yeah, because now you can pay your own bills. I said, I celebrate with you because now you finally can pay your own bills.
Yeah.
And then it kind of slow down the energy around his own decisions.
Yeah.
If you have your own money, what's the money? So the person trying to make their own decisions also is being funded by somebody who wants a stake in the decision. How do you build a bridge between generations?
I think number one is communication.
Yeah.
I think in our Ghanaian setting, the communication between generations is bad.
Yeah.
People do not communicate, and the older generation tends to feel like my way is right. I've been your age before. I know what happened at that time. But I think what we also need to remember is times have changed. What was working in the 80s, for example, is not working today. And at the same time, the younger generation needs to understand that the older generation usually mean the best. They might be some way sometimes, but it's from a good place. I think that's something that a lot of us fail to understand. I always tell people that if you have let's say a parent is 60 years old. This is the first time that person is 60 years old and has had a 20-year-old child. Like they've never experienced this before. So it's also a first time for them. So you need to give them grace as well as a child.
Yeah.
So I think both people just need to communicate more and understand more.
Yeah.
Afi, so for the parent who thinks their child is not serious, you're saying take time to understand them. It's not like you think.
Yeah.
You were telling me about a smart way of counting info.
Yeah. So let me give two stories first. I think for me, I want to use myself as an example. When I started this podcasting thing, before that, I was already doing content creation on my social media platforms. And the older generation just automatically think if you are out there, especially like as a woman, it must be negative. And then they'll say, oh, your daughter is a slay queen or your daughter is doing this, but you're not doing anything bad, right? And because your parents don't understand, then they start to worry. So for me, I actually had a conversation with my mother. Like I took my Instagram and I showed it to her. I said, Madam, look at my Instagram. Like, am I doing anything that seems negative? If I was doing negative things, would a brand like, I don't know, the
Yeah,
EU
mention
or what anybody wants like
They haven't paid
anybody.
Springboard.
Yeah, they're not paying Springboard. Would these brands want to be with someone or like
don't worry.
associate?
This is your brand. You can talk.
Yeah, real. Okay, yeah.
Thank
Thank you. Would them, I should tell you. I should drop the names. Like, would all these brands want to interact or be associated with me if I was doing something negative? And she's like, okay, no. And I'm like, okay. So that's actually why I still have my 9 to 5. I felt like it was a balance. The worry of what if this doesn't fly was there,
which is not unfounded.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll do both, and I'll make you see that both make sense. But now my mother herself, she has seen that the kind of money that we can make from Stay by Planning one day. I was sitting in my office for 1 month before I make that same money.
Okay.
So it's like now they are beginning to understand why this is viable.
So you say engagement,
Yes,
communication is the
we
key.
need to communicate. And I think with the Gen Zs, they've just understood that sometimes they just need to work smarter and not harder because they are in a digitized world. So the story I was saying was there was something I read about a Gen Z somewhere, had been employed into a new company, and then the MD wanted 100 sheets of paper A4. So he told her that, oh, go and count 100 sheets of paper and bring them to me. Just wanted to give her work, right? And within 10 minutes, she brought it. So he was surprised that like, how are you able to count it? And then she handed it to him, and then the papers were warm. It's like, why are the papers warm? She was like, I scanned a blank copy through the copier for 100 papers, and I brought you 100 papers.
Print.
Like print 100. And she went to sit down, you're texting. As soon as she finished, beep, she just went to pick it and then gave it to him. 101. She put the one back and then took the 100. And he was shocked. It's like the millennials in the office were like, wow, you are wasting company like electricity because you are using the photocopier. But we respect that because really, why should you be counting up to 100 when a computer can do it for you?
That's really interesting.
It's very interesting.
So in one little funny story, you've told two worlds
Yeah.
and how they see things. Okay. So to build that bridge, there must be a conversation.
Definitely.
Sometimes it can be a bit challenging because
Yes.
the worldviews are extremely different. When I was starting my first business, I had just finished university, and because I read economics, everybody was willing to do the bank.
Mm.
I mean, I can count on the number of my mates who ended up being MDs, and some of who are still MDs. One just retired, but all of them MDs. And the industry was literally hungry for economic students from Legon and School of Admin students from Legon. My mother said, "I was in Mwabi." You understand?
A little bit and fancy, yes.
Yeah, it's almost like, so this thing that has come, you haven't seen something.
Yeah.
And Charlie, we had a big, I kept trying to explain to her that I was excited about what I was doing. She just said, this is art. I mean,
Yeah.
but with time, when things began to take shape, she had copies of my call card and she would give it to her. My son, who is the MD. So you're seeing that now, your mother is sharing the links to the podcast.
She has been watching on the episode. So you were talking about me in your episode. Now she watches it. Yeah.
So for that person who's struggling, because there have also been instances where the person says, I want to do this course. Your parents say, do this. You say, I want to do this. And they ask you why. And you say, because my friend and I want to do the course. A parent will not be moved.
No.
So beyond, even in the communication,
Yeah.
I suppose that you need to make a case for
Exactly.
100%.
for opportunity, for competence, and for sustainability. And
Yeah.
100%.
100%. I have a friend who, when she wants to make decisions in her home, she has to sit her family down and do a PowerPoint.
that's it.
Present. And say,
That's what I'll
"This
do in
is
my
why-
home."
Yeah, this is why I want to do this. Pitch to them. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Convince them. If it makes sense, cool. If not, then we'll find something else. So I think, definitely communication that's a form of communication.
Yeah.
I mean, so communication is definitely the way. We need to communicate more.
So that young person who can't afford Zoo, who's watching and saying, tell them for me. Imagine that, Charlie.
Yeah.
You are making a case in 1 minute for a young person who is going to tell their parents that I want to go into
Yeah.
the digital space and try out content creation, some of the areas that you have mentioned. When they had a 25 million, they say, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're trying to convince their parents. So make a 1 minute pitch for them about prospects in the space and why parents shouldn't be paranoid about their child being.
Yeah, so there's so many avenues and corners in this space that you can make money from. But I'll say, just be ready to be hungry for the first 2 or 3 years. Usually that's what happens, because in this space, you are kind of moving with your reputation. You have to show, I've done this before, worked with this person and so on. So you build that repertoire and that backlog of work. it'll be very hard for you to get certain deals for you to be able to make the kind of money that StayByPlan is making, for example. So that first 2-3 years, it will be difficult. So that's why it's a good idea to balance it with something else. So you're not stopping 100% to come and do content, especially when you don't have the skills already. If you have already learned the skills, maybe you have there's a way for you to go. But if you're just coming in dry, no skills, no experience, nothing, it will be hard for you. So I think 100% encourage your children to do it if they want to do it, support them, but then don't let them go dive in head first. Let's ease into the space, because it's not an easy space at all.
And prepare for the fallow period where
Exactly.
it looks like you're laying a foundation.
Yes.
The building is not growing, but the building is going
Exactly.
down. I have to give us a sense of also the back office sacrifices that go into it, because we are all guilty of teaching people the mountaintop and how nice it looks without telling them the valley and how lonely sometimes it's and how difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Shooting episodes every week, give us a sense of the kind of sacrifice that goes into doing what you do.
Yeah, so for me, I used to teach, so I always like to give examples. One time, my friend came to visit me, and I had a meeting, a StayByPlan meeting. It was around 9 p.m. And we're on the call for like 45 minutes. We have a team. We're talking about different episodes we had to shoot. We're talking about brands we were working with. Like, it was an actual meeting. When I ended, my friend was so surprised. He was like, wow, I really thought this thing was just vibes. Like, you just wake up and you just record. But it's not that simple. It's actually a business. So if you feel like you want to do content creation because you are running away from the 9 to 5, you will be the 9 to 5 in the content creation. And at least I have the privilege of working the 9 to 5 and doing this. And I can confidently say that everything that I'm doing in my 9 to 5, I'm doing the same thing for StayByPlan and more. You need to plan. You need to be an accountant. You need to be a lawyer. You need to be an event planner. You need to be everything. Because if a deal comes and a contract comes and you don't know how to read in between the lines, you sign a bad contract. If you don't know how to save, you make money, you squander it. If you don't know how to plan, you have a terrible episode. So there are so many skills that you need to have if you want your content creation to be successful. So 100% is not easy. Sometimes we shoot as late as 12 midnight. You wake up the next day, an event, you have to go. You have to smile and act like you're not tired. It's a lot. It's really a lot. Family, friends, you're supposed to do something with your family, but you can't do it. It's like last year, I missed my dad's birthday party because I had to go and shoot content. Everybody in the house was angry with me. But I'd already signed a contract. Like, at the end of the day, I had to come and re-celebrate the birthday. I had to come and re-celebrate the birthday. We were supposed to take like a family portrait. The photographer had gone. I had to call a new photographer to take a new picture.
Photoshop yourself.
My father said I should Photoshop. Up till now, he has been telling me that. Where are your pictures for us to Photoshop you? So it comes with a lot. And you need to be ready. Or else, Charlie, it go over you. You have to be very ready.
Let me make a list. I typically would have made a list myself, but let's create it together.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to do well in content creation, I'll mention one, you mention one, you mention one,
Okay.
I mention one.
Okay.
Let's see who will stop first.
Okay.
Serious. Okay.
We'll go.
So if somebody wants to go into content creation, I'll mention the ones you taught me so that then you have to find new ones.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, so number one, you say you have to choose a subject matter that you want to go into.
Yeah.
Yes. It has to be. I already said it. Do you want? Should I say it?
No, you can repeat. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it has to
Summary,
be consistent.
consistency,
Yes.
subject matter, consistency.
Heavy research. Like, you need to research.
Why do you say the one I'm going to say next?
So,
So subject matter, consistency, research.
yeah.
Don't let me fall at the first hurdle.
Should I give you one?
No. You said research in the consistency in what?
Okay, so consistency is in so many forms. So let me say in quality.
In quality.
Yes.
Consistency in time of posting.
Yes. Diligence.
Diligence.
Yes.
Okay.
Uniqueness and creativity.
The
I've
right,
already said that.
the right platform.
The right platform.
Don't give up.
Hey.
You need to also have like a good risk assessment as well.
Then communicate with your family, your parents, your stakeholders. Yes.
Have the right team around you.
Yeah, real. Wow. Now I'm stuck.
You fall.
No, I'm not for. Diversify like what you are doing. Don't just do it one way. Do different things.
Create fun-filled episodes.
Don't trust everybody.
Say that one.
I'm saying it now. But it's very key.
It's very true. And then build a portfolio. Like, be ready to do some work for free just to build your portfolio.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I wish you could canvas that a bit more, because sometimes people want the money, the cash, upfront, and they ask you, so what do I get for this? But you're saying in the period where you're building yourself, be
Yeah.
ready to do some things for free.
Yeah.
Or for cheap.
Or for cheap, yeah.
Let me learn from you and say, have a 3-year fallow period
Yeah.
where you may not see money, but don't give up because you're building a foundation. Let me take the last one from you.
Okay. Wow, Rihanna is on my head. Okay. I would say always remember why you started. Yes.
Why?
Good one.
Because there are times where things will sway you away from your original goal. But once you remember why you're doing it, even through the difficult times, why did I start this? Okay, that's why I started this. Let's go through the tears. You're working.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
The last one.
The last one, have faith.
Have faith, yes.
How big is faith for you, Afi?
Faith is very important for me. I think, Charlie, most of the things that we are doing, some of the things that we are doing, like we said, how do you know your page is going to be popular? It only takes grace. So you need to have faith and you need to work hard. I always say, work like God doesn't exist and pray like without God, your work means nothing. That's
Big
what I
points.
say.
Big point.
Yeah.
Big point. Maybe since you said the last one, I would have said about God and faith.
Proceed.
I'll talk about finding the right partner or partners.
Yeah.
Because he says Zoo had the vision in his heart. If he had found the wrong person, you wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
Afi and Zoo, tell the Gen Z something before you go. Look into this camera. 1 minute to talk to the Gen Zs directly. Ignore us and talk to the Gen Zs. This is your camera.
Okay, so to my dear Gen Zs, you know that we love you. Me, I root for you. I love the energy. I love how you do whatever you want to do. But please try and communicate with the older generation. Let them understand why you do the things you do. And also try and meet them halfway so that everything works out for your good.
Zoo.
Okay. To my people, they are my people. So, honestly, I think continue to try new things, continue to explore. You never really know what you want to do until you try new things. Because when you try something, you know that, okay, I don't like this or I like this. So try new things, explore new things. That's my thing. And then once you pick something that you like, something that you enjoy, work as if you don't work, something will happen to you. Like, put all your energy into it. One day, it will come to pass.
Podcast Influencers of the Year, 2 years back to back.
Yeah.
Afi and Zoo, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I've
you.
enjoyed you tremendously.
Yes.
And please count me a converted StayByPlan
That's right.
viewer and listener. And I'll give you feedback.
Please do.
And we'll collaborate on how we can expand the frontiers of what we all do together.
Nice.
I spent all my life working with young people, especially different generations. But what percentage do you give? 70%? I think I'll go with
Yes,
70% young
yes,
people.
yes.
And the energy is always good. Yes. And I've learned and reinvented myself to stay relevant with them. I'm sure that 10 years from now, you'll find that the Afi and Zoo version that you'll be having will be different from the one you've had today because you've had to reinvent to connect with the generations. But thank you, and I pray for you that you get even better with every year, stronger with every year. Now you'll be Podcasters of the Year for Africa.
Amen.
And beyond.
Amen.
So let's do this again.
Yes, New York. We'll see you in New York.
Yeah. Meet at the airport.
Yes,
Yes. Can't wait. All right, guys. Sometimes you just have to have this kind of fun. Just talk and just enjoy it. And I've had great fun with Afi and Zoo, exploring connection, influence, and the next generation, and also career prospects and how parents should breathe in and out and relax. And the Gen Zs too should connect with them, communicate with them, and reduce their blood pressure as we navigate together into the future. My name is Albert Ocran, thanking you on behalf of Team Springboard and our partners, MTN Ghana, the Enterprise Group, and the Ghana Growth Program, a collaboration between Massacre Foundation and Springboard. Thanking our media partners, Joy FM, Joy News, Graphic Communications Group, and the Springboard channel on YouTube. This has been and always will be Springboard, your virtual university, with your pilot, Albert Ocran, saying, God bless you, and God bless you.
He's a turn around. Turn around.